Part 22. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 211. Role, Junlin. Level, 50. Race, Human. Bloodline, Dragon King Bloodline, General God level. Qualification, 288 stars. Talent, Infinite Fusion, Super God level. Occupation, Dragon Shadow Crazy Fight. Position, Dragon General, Level, 3. HP, 50940/5090. Magic, 10750/1070. Attack, 18,744. Defense, 12,637. Attributes, Physique 1360, Strength 8164, Main Attribute, Agility 1025, Intelligence 075. Skills, God Descends to Earth, Holy Level, Sister Shadow Clone, God Level, Dragon Vision, Exclusive Legend, Beast King Strike, Legendary, All Directions Are Destroyed, Holy Level, Super Speed Evil Madness, Holy Level, Shura's Strike, Legendary, Heaven and Earth Returning to the Sect, Demigod Level, Flash, Saint Level Advancement, Barbaric Crash, Rare. Equipment, Forbidden Slaying the Emperor of Heaven, Hegemony Ring, Guardian Holy Ring, Ghost Realm Heavy Helm, Daypen Cloak, Lonely Mountain Guardian Necklace, Ghost General Armor, Ghost General Heavy Legs, Ghost General Heavy Boots, Ghost General Wrist Armor Title. Dwarf Guardian. Looking at his gorgeous data, Suchen felt an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. Whether it's qualifications, talents, bloodlines, skills, equipment, or attributes, any one of them can kill a lot of players. His current strength has far exceeded that of ordinary players. Although compared with Black Dragon Princess Mengli and Umbrella Girl Yingying, they are much worse. But don't forget, Suchen possesses the level 10 Holy Level God Descends to Earth skill. Once turned on, his attributes can increase by a full 20 times in 30 seconds. The blood volume can directly exceed the 1 million mark. Attacks reached 370,000. Defense can also reach 250,000. Proper demigod level strength. And it's still a really damaging attack. If he turns on Super Speed Evil Madness again, the true god will not be able to block his violent attack. It can be said that Suchen is now truly qualified to fight against gods and demons. When I lead the Dragon Cavalry Army, destroy the Jade Dragon Temple, and obtain the sacred object Jade Dragon Monument, I'm afraid my defense and life will skyrocket again. Suchen must destroy the agents of the 6 realms in the Divine Continent. Otherwise, the plan to unify the Divine Continent will be difficult to realize. Only by integrating the power of the entire Divine Continent can he have enough capital to fight against the 6 realms. By the way, I haven't seen that artifact Crown of Unparalleled yet. Suchen suddenly remembered this matter. He quickly checked. Artifact that lost its power, Unparalleled Crown. Description: one of the divine armors of the Emperor of the Great Yan Empire thousands of years ago. Driven by the blood of the 6 realms of gods and demons, it has lost its powerful power over the past millennium. Each time a divine armor is activated, one Dragon Emperor bloodline qualification will be obtained. By gathering together the 6 divine armors, you can gather the true form of the Dragon King and be proud of the gods and demons. Suchen tried to fuse it and see what conditions were needed. Ding! Fusion failed. Fusion requires 10 super god level fusion times. The current number of super god level fusions is 0. Sure enough. If you want to restore this unparalleled crown, you also need 10 super god level fusion times. It seems that we have to wait another 3 or 4 days to get the full number of times. I just don't know how much of a surprise this artifact can bring to me. 8 hours later. The ruins of the Imperial City flew over Dream Broken Island. The huge ruined city is almost the same size as Broken Dream Island. Suchen controlled the Imperial City ruins to slowly descend. While discussing with the Umbrella Girl Yingying how to place the ruins of the Imperial City, 1,000 sources of power have been installed at the bottom of the ruins, so it is best to place this ruins under Broken Dream Island. However, in this way, the entire bottom of Broken Dream Island must be cut and separated from the seabed, leaving a piece of space to place the Imperial City ruins. After hearing the master's analysis, Yingying tapped her red lips with her green fingers, tilted her head and thought for a while, and said, "Master, I can transform the 6 Imperial Ghost Generals and add digging skills. I believe it won't be long before we can dig out enough space for the Imperial City ruins." "Well, that's a good idea." Suchen smiled and patted Yingying's little head as a sign of approval. Ji Mengli on the side immediately jumped up and pulled Suchen's arm and said coquettishly, "I want it too, I want it too." Mengli also wants her master to touch her head. Because the appearance of the Imperial City ruins was transformed into an invisible color by Yingying's illusion. The Imperial City ruins, as huge as Broken Dream Island, quietly fell over the sea without attracting anyone's attention. But such a huge ruined city sank. Entering the sea, there will definitely be huge waves. Fortunately, Suchen has informed Yun Fiyin in advance to ask the Dragon City fleet not to patrol the southern waters of Broken Dream Island. In the name of Dragon City, he issued an announcement to move the southern part of the island to the sea. The sea area is designated as a forbidden area. However, even so, there are still players who do not believe in evil, driving their small sailboats, trying to explore the secrets of Dragon City in the Forbidden Sea area. Among these players, there are those from the Viking Guild, and some from Sakura Purgatory. There are also members from the Gold Star or War Overlord guilds. They specially sent people to sail over to inquire about the military situation. Do not be afraid. Bird boats like ours are most suitable for traveling quickly in offshore waters. Even if we encounter Dragon City's level 3 armored battleship, we can definitely run away if we turn around quickly. As long as you find out the secret of Dragon City, each person will receive 5,000 in cash immediately. On the sea, a member of the Viking Guild boasted to several companions on the ship. "Boss, Dragon City suddenly declared the sea area as a forbidden sea. There must be another big killer weapon coming out. We must record the whole process." "Of course, huh? Why do you suddenly feel so depressed?" "Feeling like I can't breathe." Viking Guild members look up at the sky. The sky is still blue, with 1 or 2 small clouds floating. There seems to be nothing unusual. But all the members on the bird ship clearly feel an inexplicable sense of depression. It is as if there is a mountain of Taiwan pressing down on their heads. Could it be that Dragon City's big killer weapon is finally coming to light? Hurry up! Record videos from all aspects and angles. And it must be sent back to the guild in real time. It doesn't matter if we die once, the guild's subsidies and bonuses are enough for us to live happily for a month. Master, there seem to be a few ships wandering on the sea." Black Dragon Ji Mengli glanced downwards and said to Suchen, "Are there people from our 3 major guilds in Dragon City?" "No, they are all the people I burned with dragon breath." "Then don't worry about it." Suchen directly controlled the ruins of the Imperial City, which was as huge as Broken Dream Island, and slowly landed towards the sea. Woo! The landing of the ruined city squeezed the air between it and the sea outward, forming a huge wind. The sea surface of tens of thousands of square kilometers is slightly sunken downwards. The bird boats floating on the sea are swaying violently like leaves falling in the wind. "Boss! There's a hurricane. Our boat is going to capsize. Hold on for a few more minutes. I have a hunch. Dragon City's big killer is about to appear." "Boss, the mast was broken by something." "Boss, the ship's building was crushed." Boss. Our ship is sinking. Boss. Ding. The player Viking sailor has been killed by you. Doppelganger Black Dragon G Mengli Umbrella Girl Sakura get experience points * 600. Ding. The player Viking Romance has been killed by you. Doppelganger Black Dragon G Mengli Umbrella Girl Sakura get experience points * 550. Ding, _Feeler reminds you, 3 things about reading, collect, recommend, and share. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion author, 7 years. Chapter 212. A series of system prompts sounded in my mind. Under the ruins of the Imperial City, all 5 or 6 sailing ships were crushed. Some players realized something was wrong and quickly jumped into the sea. However, the area of the ruins of the Imperial City covers tens of thousands of square kilometers. No matter how hard I try to escape, I can't swim out. It didn't take long for these players to drown. Viking Guild, Gold Star Guild, Sakura Purgatory and other guilds looked at the final picture transmitted back in real time. Everyone looked at each other. His face was full of confusion and shock. This, what kind of killer weapon is this? Killing without blood. Damn Dragon City. Damn King's Landing. Why does this guy have so many weird killing methods? Organize game experts to come over and analyze overnight. Regardless of manpower, material resources, and financial resources, Dragon City's new attack methods must be analyzed within 3 days. In addition, I think your Sakura Purgatory Guild's plan to steal the city should be suspended and wait until the analysis results come out before making a decision. No. During the video conference, Sakura Purgatory Gang leader Kurota Mayo unexpectedly refused. I think now is the best time to start the plan to steal the city. Dragon City's sudden deployment of its secret killer weapon was more like a test of the waters. All their energy must be contained here. And now that the opponent is winning a big victory, the city is still calculating the results of this big victory. The so-called arrogant soldiers will be defeated. Launching a plan to steal the city at this time will definitely catch them off guard. As long as my Frost Dragon Legion is given 3 minutes, Sakura Purgatory, will surely destroy Dragon City. Suchen controls 1,000 sources of power. Let tens of thousands of square kilometers of Imperial City ruins be wrapped in a huge divine light film, slowly sinking to the bottom of the sea. However, despite the extremely slow sinking speed, the huge waves still rushed towards Broken Dream Island. The island is completely eroded by the sea water within a kilometer of the island. Dragon City Qinglong Bay, thanks to the 100-meter-high city walls and gates, waves cannot come in. At the same time, Umbrella Girl Yingying summoned 6 Ozengaki generals and began to modify the drilling skill. Just 10 minutes later, the 6 Gozen ghosts will quickly dive to the bottom of Broken Dream Island. With a casual wave of one hand, hundreds of cubic meters of rock were frozen with corrosive cold yin energy. Then it quickly turned into debris and was washed away by the sea currents. The 6 Gozen Oni generals dug in extremely fast. At this rate, it won't take 3 hours. It can hollow out the bottom of the entire Broken Dream Island. Then the ruins of the Imperial City can be crushed to pieces. At that time, if another 1,000 are added to the bottom of the Imperial City ruins, the entire Broken Dream Island will be lifted up and become the first floating city in the Divine Continent. Thinking of this, Yechen asked. Yingying, the Imperial City ruins warehouse, does not have the relevant materials to create the source of power? Umbrella Girl Yingying nodded and said. Master, there are some. The materials inside can build at least 5,000 seats. But Yingying turned the red umbrella in her hand, frowned slightly and said. I don't even remember how to make source of power. I can't remember it no matter how hard I try. Master, I'm sorry, Yingying is so useless. After hearing Yingying's words, Suchen gently hugged her to comfort her. While guessing, This should be related to Yingying becoming his clone. Although the engineering skills have returned to the demigod level, some things that were built before have been forgotten. It doesn't matter, source of power, including God-killing tower. I have the drawings of Dragon Rider evolved armor here. As Suchen said this, he turned on the infinite fusion talent again. Ding. The main fusion object has been selected as the fragment of the magic array of the source of power. Please select the auxiliary fusion object. What is the best auxiliary fusion object to use? Suchen pondered when he heard the system prompt. The fragments of the source of power are at the holy level, and the fused drawings of the source of power are at the demigod level. The grade of the required auxiliary fusion object must not be low. If it is lower, the grade and power of the entire fusion product will be greatly reduced. Suchen's eyes suddenly looked at the thousands of divine hearts shining like stars in the mother of divine powers. I don't know, can the fusion be successful if I use those still gestating hearts of divine power as auxiliary fusion objects? Just do it. Suchen raised his hand and made a move. 3 divine hearts, which are more than half smaller than the normal size, are in hand. Ding. Heart of divine power in breeding *1 has been selected as the auxiliary fusion object. The minimum fusion points required for the current fusion are 150 million. Do you want to continue fusion? Ding. The number of fusion points *300 million has been set. In the process of merging. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on getting advanced version of the source of power magic array *1. Hearing the last system prompt, Suchen's eyes lit up. Advanced version of the formation map. Advanced version of the source of power magic array. Level, semi-god level. Function, 50% more power than the ordinary source of power. By pressing this formation diagram, you can create an advanced version of power source. It can automatically absorb and condense the magical elements of heaven and earth and convert them into a source of power. Or absorb the power of gods and demons and transform it into more powerful power. Note, there are still some unfinished parts of this magic array, which are suspected to be god-level arrays that control space. Only a god-level mage or a god-level engineer can perfect the array. Actually increased power by 50%. This is equivalent to consuming the same materials. The power Suchen will gain from his future floating city will be even stronger. Unexpectedly, using the gestating heart of divine power to fuse the source of power array would have such an effect. Suchen quickly took out the forbidden curse level god-killing tower drawing fragments Dragoon evolved armor blueprint fragment, also fused. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on getting the advanced version of the god-killing tower blueprints. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on getting the advanced Dragon Rider evolution armor blueprint. Advanced version of the god-killing tower blueprint. Level, demigod level. Function, 50% more attack, range, and rate of fire than the ordinary god-killing tower. According to this formation diagram, you can create the advanced version of god-killing tower. The initial range is 15 kilometers, the initial attack point is 1.5 million points. The initial rate of fire is 1.5 rounds, it can automatically track and aim at the target. The more gods and demons are killed, the more powerful the tower becomes. Note, if mixed with broken gold recrystallized minerals and other top minerals can give the god-killing tower true damage properties. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 213. Advanced version of Dragon Knight Evolution Armor Drawing. Grade, Demigod level. Function, 50% more powerful than ordinary Dragon Knight Evolution Armor. According to this formation diagram, you can create advanced Dragon Rider Evolution Armor. The armor includes 6 parts, helmet, breastplate, leg armor, heavy boots, wrist guards, and dragon spear. Total initial defense of a full set of armor, 10,000 points, initial attack power, 10,000 points. The more gods and demons are killed, the more powerful the armor becomes. Description: a special armor worn by the Dragon Knights of the Great Flame Empire thousands of years ago. It has the powerful potential to evolve into an artifact. I go. The power of the God-killing tower and Dragon Rider armor has increased by 50%. The advanced version of the God-killing tower has a firing range of up to 15,000 meters. The attack power is as high as 100,000 points. The rate of fire has also been increased to 1.5 rounds per second, which is 15 rounds in 10 seconds. It is even faster than the rapid-fire artillery Hurry. The defense and attack power of the advanced version of the Dragon Knight armor have reached a full 10,000 points. You know, the level 38 Desolation Dragon Knight that Suchen fused only has a defense of 10,000 points. If wearing this set of armor doubles your defense, and it gets stronger as you fight. The more gods and demons you kill, you can continue to upgrade and evolve. How could this be a semi-god level blueprint? It was clearly a god level blueprint. Looking at the description on the drawing, Suchen couldn't wait to see his Dragon Knight wearing this set of armor. He immediately handed these two drawings to Yingying. Yingying, take a look at these two drawings and see if there are corresponding materials in the warehouse and see if you can build them all. The umbrella girl Yingying has the skills of a semi-god level engineer. She just scanned these two drawings and immediately said confidently, "No problem, master. The advanced version of the Dragon Knight armor, based on the current inventory in the royal warehouse, there is no problem in producing 100,000 sets. Then build 1,000 sets first. See how long it takes." Suchen asked. If Yingying was alone, it would take 10 days to complete 1,000 sets. If there are other legendary engineers to help. After hearing Yingying's answer, Suchen immediately said, "What if 28 legendary engineers help? 28 people." Yingying turned the red paper umbrella in her hand, made a quick calculation, and immediately replied, "Well, in that case, 1 day is enough." "That's good." Suchen used the city lord's order to immediately issue a summons order to the Dragon Legend level dwarf engineers. At the same time, he said to the umbrella girl Yingying, "I'll call you right away, and try to get 1,000 sets of advanced editions by this time tomorrow." Dragon Knight armor. "Okay, master." Yingying promises to complete the task. The umbrella girl Yingying nodded vigorously. Suchen gave this girl a big thumbs up fondly. In this way, when he attacks the goblin tribe Ratchet City tomorrow, his dragon riding strength will be stronger. Then, Suchen asked again, "What about the god-killing tower? Are the materials enough?" Yingying pouted and said, "The advanced version of god-killing tower, let me take a look. Well, it still lacks low-level materials. Colorful stone and frost heart fragment, and other high-level material warehouses have them. There is no problem in building 1,000 seats." After hearing Yingying's words, Suchen almost spit out a mouthful of blood. Damn, the legendary top-level material colorful stone frost heart fragment is actually just a low-level material in your mouth. So what grade are the high-end materials in the warehouse? Holy level. Suchen did not dare to check the royal warehouse in the secret realm of the imperial city. "I am afraid that I will be addicted and unable to get out. Leave these things to the umbrella girl Yingying. I'd better quickly collect the legendary top-level material colorful stone. Well, I need to collect at least 1,000 copies. I remember that colorful stone can only be obtained by completing a hidden task. That NPC seems to be in the Principality of the Mage, and he seems to be a legendary NPC. It seems that we have to hurry up and take over this mission. As for the Frost Heart fragments, only the Frost Titan and Frost Dragon from the Titan clan can be exploded. Both of these have saint-level strength, and they are not easy to find. Just when Suchen was thinking and recalling, Yunfi suddenly made a video call. After being connected, Yunfi charming face was immediately displayed on the virtual screen. But his expression is a little solemn. Brother Junlin, the Dragon City fleet has just discovered that a large number of UFOs have appeared in the northern waters of Broken Dream Island. These flying objects fly at extremely high altitudes, exceeding the 10,000-meter range of multiple self-aiming rocket launchers. Even with a telescope, you can only see blurry black dots, numbering in the hundreds. Having said this, Yunfi pondered for a moment and speculated. Could it be the frost dragon that has been hiding in the dark temple? Frost dragon. After hearing Yunfi words, Suchen's eyes lit up. He was worried about where to find the monster that could explode Frost Heart Fragment. He didn't expect that it would come to his door now. Let the Dragon City defenders pay attention to observe and determine whether the opponent is a frost dragon. If so, don't scare the snake, just let them attack. Suchen said immediately. Let them attack. Yunfi beautiful eyes widened, and she looked at Suchen on the virtual screen with disbelief. Could this younger brother have done anything amazing? However, the frost dragon has saint-level strength, and is not an ordinary monster. It would be better to remind him first. Yunfi said solemnly. Game data shows that the frost dragon has an attack power of up to 300,000 points and a blood volume of 3 million points. Moreover, its breath has extremely strong freezing and corrosive effects, and can cause up to 200% damage to buildings. Once a swarm attacks, even though our city wall has the power to counterattack, it will be destroyed first before these frost dragons can counterattack. Hearing Yunfi analysis, Suchen nodded. Well, your analysis is not wrong. However, I have my own ways of dealing with them. After that, he turned off the video call. Yunfi on the other side was so angry that he stamped his little feet and hummed, "This brother is so annoying. I didn't even let them finish their words." Immediately afterwards, Yunfi beautiful big eyes turned slightly, revealing a sly smile. Humph, you must have some powerful backup plan. If you don't tell me, I'll go see it myself. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 214. Suchen, as the city lord, used the teleportation array to connect the Dragon City and Imperial City ruins. Dragon City's Imperial City ruins teleportation array is set up in the City Lord's palace. Only those who have been personally approved by the City Lord Suchen can enter the ruins of the Imperial City below Broken Dream Island. Immediately afterwards, 28 legendary engineers were summoned to assist the Umbrella Girl Sakura to build the Dragon Knight armor. Duobeo Pagoda Lin, who was in a coma, was sneaked to the City Lord's mansion by Suchen, and then he was awakened by a bucket of water. No, no. Don't kill me. I have gold coins. I give the ransom. Duobeo Talon woke up with a cry. Wow! 50 million gold coins were thrown in front of him. At this time tomorrow, I will see that all the city defense engineering equipment in Ratchet City has failed. This 50 million is just a deposit. If you take over Ratchet City, the subsequent 950 million gold coins will be given to you immediately. Suchen was sitting at the main seat in the main hall of the city, drinking tea, and said calmly. Duobeo Talon hugged the gold coin bag, and without even having time to wipe off the water on his face, he jumped up and said with bright eyes. No problem. As soon as Duobeo Pagoda Lin left, a huge alarm bell suddenly sounded in Dragon City. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! The dwarf sheep cavalry let out a huge roar while pushing their mounts hard to rush towards the city lord's mansion. After the victory of the Dragon City War, more players poured into Dragon City. Whether it was Dragon City's business and land, or Dragon City's the entrance to the ancient temple dungeon in the city attracted countless players. I originally thought that Dragon City had repelled the alliance of 20 nations and the two major agent forces, and no one dared to mess with it. Unexpectedly, this day has not passed yet. An enemy attack appears again. Enemy attack. Where did the enemy attack come from? Look to the sky. Dragon. It's a dragon. Huge shadows passed rapidly over the heads of millions of players. Everyone looked up. High in the sky, they saw a giant bone dragon with a head and body of 500 meters, covered with frost, and between the breastbones. A ball of ice blue soul light vibrated, whizzing past the sky above Dragon City. Amidst the thundering roar, huge balls of frost breath fell towards Dragon City. Immediately, mage towers, defense towers, rapid-fire artillery, and even the multiple rocket launchers froze directly and instantly lost their combat effectiveness. Damn it! It's a level 100 frost dragon. Run away. You guys are running away. The boss of King's Landing can even kill a true god, and a mere level 100 frost dragon can be destroyed in minutes. Run away now. I heard that the boss of Junlin is not in Dragon City now, and seems to have gone to Tianfeng Canyon. Now that the frost dragon is attacking the city, the opponent is obviously well prepared, and is taking advantage of Junlin's absence to steal the city. I wipe it. The walls are starting to collapse. Dragon City is about to be destroyed. Although the Dragon City wall has 50% anti-shock ability. However, the frost dragon's blood volume is too thick and it can't deal any damage at all. It can withstand the bombardment of multiple rocket launchers and directly attack and demolish the city. -30, double damage to buildings. -30, double damage to buildings. -30, double for buildings. Huge amounts of damage floated out from the sky above Dragon City. The city wall has a durability of 149 points, although it has a self-healing ability with a maximum durability limit of 1% per second and a 20% damage reduction. But under the rapid attack of hundreds of frost dragons, it still poured down like a flood. Ding. Warn. The durability of Dragon City dropped to 90%, and cracks appeared in the city wall. Ding. Warn. The durability of Dragon City dropped to 70%, and large-scale cracks appeared in the city wall. Ding. Warn. The durability of Dragon City dropped to 50%, and a small area of the city wall collapsed. System prompts sounded in the minds of tens of millions of players in Dragon City. Everyone raised their heads in horror, looking at the giant frost dragon raging above them. All the level 2 towers in the city lit up and immediately launched an attack on the frost dragon. With an attack of 5,000 points, facing the extremely high defense frost dragon, it could barely do 500 or 600 points of damage. Against a frost dragon with a blood volume of 3 million points, it could only scratch the itch. Rapid-fire artillery cannot target air. There are only 8 multiple rocket launchers. Even if they attack in groups, it will be difficult to kill a frost dragon. Yun Feiyan, Zunlong and Half-Awake Fox, who rushed to Dragon City, looked at the giant dragon above their heads and the cracked city wall under their feet. They were in great panic. What to do? Our air defense force is too weak. More than 30 multiple rocket launchers have been frozen and lost their combat effectiveness. I just got 3 forbidden spell level scrolls, but these 100 frost dragons are too scattered. I can only suspend their attacks, but cannot repel them. Where's King's Landing? Isn't he in Dragon City? He is. Yun Feiyan looked at the giant dragon above her head with beautiful eyes and gritted her teeth. Exist. That's great. Notify him quickly. The half-awake fox said happily. Yun Feiyan squinted his big eyes and said bitterly, no need. He said he has his own way, this stinky brother. The city wall is about to collapse, and he hasn't come up with his way yet. So anxious. On the other side, Sakura Purgatory gang leader Kurota Mito is personally the commander of the plan to steal the city. Holding the ice dragon order specially gifted by the Dark Temple, he rode a frost dragon, looked down at the dragon city below, and laughed wildly. At the same time, this scene was broadcast in real time to the virtual conference hall of the 20-Nation Alliance using the video recording function that comes with the game. Dear gentlemen, the Dragon City will be destroyed today. Right now. I, the charioteer of Kuroda, am not very talented, but I came out on top today and helped you eliminate the serious troubles in Dragon City. In the future, our Sakura City will rise from the ground on this broken dream island. I also hope that all of you will be able to enjoy the occasion and attend the new city celebration banquet. In the virtual conference hall, hundreds of guild leaders from the 20-Nation Alliance looked at the Dragon City that had begun to collapse in a small area on the virtual screen, with surprise on their faces. Unexpectedly, without that Junlin in charge, Dragon City would be broken down so easily. So fast and so easy. The Frost Dragon's ability to demolish cities is too terrifying. It can damage 200% of buildings. It is simply a weapon for demolishing cities. If I had known this, I would have borrowed 100 Judgment Army from the Church of Light and sacrificed to destroy this Dragon City. Alexander, the leader of God's Whip, said attentively. Kuroda Yo, it is easy to break the Dragon City now, but if that king comes, I am afraid it will be difficult to build your Sakura City. Kuroda's charioteer laughed. Don't worry, Mr. Alexander, I will invite the powerful masters of the Dark Temple to sit in there. And set up a temple branch in the city to let the power of the Dark God envelope the entire city. Even if the little thief of King's Landing comes back to his senses, he will only become a lost dog. Ha 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 ha. Roar. Kuroda Yuffie held the Ice Dragon order and commanded hundreds of Frost Dragons to attack Dragon City at an even faster speed. The city walls began to collapse on a large scale. Ding. Warn. The durability of Dragon City dropped to 30%, and large areas of the city wall collapsed. Warn. The durability of Dragon City is in critical condition. The city is about to collapse. In this moment of crisis, loud roars suddenly sounded from all over Dragon City. The roar sounded like an eagle but not an eagle, and like a dragon but not a dragon. The players heard this inexplicably, thinking that the enemy still had some tricks up their sleeves. However, the giant frost dragon that was spitting out frost breath above its head was all shocked. The ice blue eyes braving the cold air actually showed a hint of fear. Feeler reminds you, 3 things about reading: collect, recommend, and share. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion author, 7 years. Chapter 215. This sudden weird roar. This made Kuroda Yuffie, who was commanding the Frost Dragon to attack the city, suddenly feel in his heart. An ominous premonition suddenly arose in my heart. Seeing that the durability of Dragon City has dropped below 30%. As long as he works harder, the world-famous Dragon City will be destroyed in his own hands in just a few seconds. At that time, both fame and benefits will come to me like a tide. The entire Sakura Purgatory Guild, as well as the Kuroda family, will benefit from this. There is even a chance to join one of the top families in the world. When he thought of this, Kuroda Yuffie immediately became hysterical from his excitement. No matter what his situation is. Attack at full speed. As long as Dragon City is destroyed, all the fame and fortune will be mine. Under the forcible suppression of the Ice Dragon Order, even though the hundreds of Frost Dragons had already sensed a hint of danger, they could only continue to attack the city. But before these Frost Dragons could spit out the next breath of frost, there were 200 of them. The slender dragon eagles, as tall as eagles and phoenixes, spread their wings and soared into the sky. At the same time, streaks of red chain light enveloped these giant frost dragons. Soul Chain. Use the power of the Dragon Eagle to lock the opponent's soul and directly attack the soul body. As long as the opponent does not have a defensive artifact against the soul, This kind of attack can be compared to a real damage attack. Minus 2000, Evil Camp doubles damage. Minus 2000. Minus 2000. Damage values floated from the heads of 100 giant frost dragons. Blood loss is reduced by 2000 per second for 30 seconds. The cooldown time of Dragon Eagle's Soul Chain skill is 1 minute. But Suchen's Dragon Eagles numbered 200. In addition to the 100 initially scheduled, another 100 were added later. At the same time, the Dragon Eagle nest in the inner city continues to produce Dragon Eagles non-stop. Suchen doesn't have too many of these powerful arms that can completely defeat air power. With 100 Dragon Eagles as a group, the Soul Chain skill can be seamlessly connected. One group locks the opponent, and the other group's skills cool down. You can lock it until the opponent dies. At the same time, the multiple rocket launchers and mage towers on the city wall were no longer frozen by the breath of the Frost Dragon, and they gradually resumed operation. Together they joined the array that bombarded the Frost Dragon. High in the air, hundreds of giant frost dragons roared angrily in the light of red chains. But he couldn't break away from these slender red lights that directly locked the soul. Kuroda Yuffie was sitting on a locked frost dragon with a horrified look on his face. What is this? A mere level 30 unit can actually lock my level 100 frost dragon. The Dragon Eagle's health is very low, with less than 30,000 points of attack power. With the Frost Dragon's attack power of 30,000 points, one dragon can kill a Dragon Eagle instantly. It's a pity that Kuroda Yuffie is in a hurry to destroy the dragon. The Dragon Eagle is locked in a preemptive strike. Now if he wants to get out of trouble, that's difficult. During the virtual video conference, hundreds of guild leaders from the 20-nation alliance looked at the pictures on the screen, and they all changed their colors in shock. This Dragon City actually has such a powerful weapon for air control. Even the Frost Dragon can deal 2000 damage per second, which is terrifying. In the conference hall, the ones with the darkest faces were the leaders of the Viking Guild and the War Overlord Guild. The two most proud of them were the Giant Eagle Knight and the Griffin Knight. But now that the Dragon Eagle from Dragon City came out, a Soul Chain skill is completely unsolvable. With the same number, their giant eagles and griffins can only be captured without mercy, unable to exert their attack power at all, and can only be locked to death. Hateful. How on earth did King's Landing get such a type of troops? Why did this guy get all the good stuff? Kuroda Amy's Frost Dragon is in danger. I heard that Kuroda Yuffie borrowed these 100 Frost Dragons from the Dark Temple, but he promised to sacrifice 100,000 players. Now he will lose money to his grandma's family. The damage fee of 100,000 people is enough for him. I can bear it. On the walls of Dragon City, Yunfei Ian, Zunlong, and half-awakened Fox looked at the 200 dragon eagles that suddenly appeared with shocked expressions. In just a moment, he turned the tide and reversed the entire situation of the war. Not only did he save the Dragon City that was about to collapse, he also restrained 100 terrifying frost dragons. Hundreds of giant frost dragons with saint-level strength instantly turned into targets in the sky. Attack! The swarm attacks at full speed. Zunlong ordered the people who controlled the mage tower and multiple rocket launchers to seize the opportunity and attack in groups one by one. The durability of Dragon City's walls also steadily increased due to its own self-recovery ability. The collapsed walls quickly recovered. Kuroda's eyes turned red as he sat on the Frost Dragon. No. My Frost Dragon will not be restrained so easily. The level 30 Dragon Hawk with less than 10,000 health points, Kuroda, have plenty of ways to kill. Whoa. 3 scrolls appeared in the hand, all exuding a dangerous aura of forbidden spell level. As long as the 10 giant frost dragons are released from their confinement, I can control the entire battlefield again. Just when he was about to tear up a scroll, a familiar loud and clear dragon roar suddenly sounded from the center of Dragon City. Black Dragon G Mengli, who had reached level 50, held Suchen up and rushed towards the side quickly. Junlin. Impossible. Didn't he go to Tianfeng Canyon? How would it appear here? The name of a person is the shadow of a tree. As soon as Suchen came out, the tens of millions of players in the entire Dragon City fell silent. Everyone, including Yun Feiyan, Zunlong, and the half-awake fox who were guarding the city wall, all looking at him one by one. Dragon City is stable. The moment Suchen appeared, everyone had the same thought. Kuroda Yufu, who was about to tear up the forbidden curse scroll, trembled violently. Looking at the figure filled with hatred, there was no more in his heart. The desire to resist. Yes, just one word. Escape. His plan of stealing the city with 100 frost dragons was originally based on Suchen leaving Dragon City. Now that Suchen appears, he has announced his plan. The plan to steal the city completely failed. Oh. Kuroda Aio tore up a scroll of return to the city at the fastest speed in his life. A white light instantly enveloped his figure. The casting time of the return to the city scroll is 1/10 of the return to the city spell, only 3 seconds, and it can also set the return to the city location. In just 3 seconds, he can escape from Broken Dream Island. But just now, a kilometer-long bloody bolt shot out across the sky with the force of splitting the sky and the earth. In an instant, he, Kuroda's charioteer, and the giant frost dragon under his feet were all covered. Ding! The player Kuroda Amy has been killed by you. Doppelganger Black Dragon G Mengli Umbrella Girl Sakura get experience points *3000. Ding! You get the Forbidden Curse Scroll Dark Curtain *1. Ding! You get the Forbidden Curse Scroll Death and Decay *1. Ding! You get the Forbidden Curse Scroll Extreme Cold Ray *1. Ding! You get the God Level Hidden Mission Scroll Ancient Wind *1. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 216. God Level Hidden Mission Scroll. Hearing the system prompt, Suchen was surprised and happy. I didn't expect that killing Kuroda Yufu would reveal such a divine object. You must know that Suchen was reborn in the 9th life and had never received a God-level hidden mission. I didn't expect that Kuroda Tian Yufu still has such an opportunity. But now, this opportunity has become Suchen's. When Kuroda Yufu comes back to life, he will probably faint in the toilet from crying. At that moment, Suchen directly ignored the 3 forbidden curse level scrolls that were revealed. Just pick up this Ancient Wind mission scroll and check it out. Quest Scroll Ancient Wind. Level, God level, hidden. Description: put this scroll in your backpack to trigger a God level hidden mission in the legendary NP Gongshaban Ancient Wind. Gongshaban likes to travel far and wide, and it is not that easy to find him. Note: this scroll will definitely drop after killing, and it will be unique after receiving the mission. Legendary NPC Gongshu. Seeing this name, Suchen's heart moved. The colorful stone he is looking for falls on this legendary NPC. And he also happened to know the location of this NPC. Just in time, after killing these frost dragons and exploding the frost heart fragments, I went to Gongshaban to trigger the hidden mission and accepted both missions. A God-level mission must have a God-level reward. Since Kuroda Yufu is not blessed to accept it, Suchen will accept it without hesitation. Thinking of this, Suchen put away the scroll. He hit his chest with both fists. Directly activate the level 10 Celestial God Descend to Earth and Super Speed Evil Madness skills. The 2 major skills are superimposed. The attack power instantly increases by 22 times. The attack speed increases to 6 times the original. Chi, Chi, Chi. The heavy sword that is enlarged to 20 meters Zu Emperor of Heaven, in Suchen's hands, almost turned into an after-image. One sword after another slashed at a giant frost dragon. -41. -82, 2x critical hit. -52. -2.05 million, 5 times critical hit. Every sword is a real damage attack. From time to time, a double or double critical hit will occur. There is also a 10% upper limit real damage attack that triggers every 2 attacks. In just over a second, 3 million blood frost dragons scattered into a ball of ice shards under Suchen's sword. The dragon eagle behind him immediately let out a cheerful cry to its owner. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing 100 frost dragons and gaining experience value *0 million, level up experience bonus. Gain reputation from the light camp add 1 million. Ding! Congratulations on getting Heart of Frost *1. Heart of Frost. Grade, Holy Level. Description: the energy core of the frost dragon, used as the core material to create the holy level suit frost armor. It can also be decomposed into 100 pieces of the Heart of Frost, which can be used to create engineering equipment above the legendary level. He saw an icy blue Heart of Frost in his hand that was as huge as his head. Suchen felt happy. One frost heart can be broken down into 100 frost heart fragments. I just don't know if the explosion rate of these frost dragons is high. If I'm lucky, maybe I can let Yingying build thousands more god-killing towers. As for the so-called holy level suit frost armor, Suchen doesn't have much interest. Compared with the demigod level god-killing tower that can kill gods and demons, the holy level armor is not good enough. Keep killing. As soon as Suchen thought, Black Dragon G Mengli immediately pounced on the next giant frost dragon. Just 30 seconds later, as many as 21 giant frost dragons died in Suchen's hands. The remaining 79 giant frost dragons issued roaring in horror. But no matter what, you can't break free of Dragon Eagle's soul chain. This thing locks the soul, and it has nothing to do with body size or strength. At the same time, the effect of God Descends to Earth skill also disappeared and entered the cooldown time. But even if Suchen is in a normal state and turns on super speed evil madness, the attacks are extremely terrifying. Attack damage of up to 20,000, or even 100,000, floats above the head of the frost dragon. In addition, the mage, with the help of towers and multiple rocket launchers, a frost dragon with 300,000 HP, can be eliminated in 15 seconds. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing the level 100 frost dragon and gaining experience points *0 million, level up experience bonus. Gain reputation from the light camp add 1 million. Ding! Congratulations on getting Heart of Frost *1. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing the level 100 frost dragon and gaining experience points *0 million, level up experience bonus. Gain reputation from the light camp add 1 million. Ding! Congratulations on triggering a super lucky event and getting Frost Dragon Lair *1. Ding! Congratulations on your successful kill. Almost every 2 frost dragons can explode 1 frost heart. When one of the frost dragons exploded, it even triggered a super lucky event, and it actually exploded Frost Dragon Lair. I wipe it. This is so lucky. Suchen knew that this was the work of the lucky gem. But even the explosion of the saint-level Frost Dragon's lair was far beyond his expectations. With the Frost Dragon Lair, my Dragon Knight can become a Sky Dragon Knight in the future. Thinking of this, a bold idea suddenly popped into Suchen's mind. If the Frost Dragon Lair, Dragon Eagle Lair and Thunder Dragon Lair are combined, what kind of mount lair will emerge? The top level of the holy level? Or a demigod? What if I add a few more hearts of divine power into it? Suchen's eyes were getting brighter and brighter. The sword light slashing at the giant frost dragon in his hand was getting faster and faster. Tens of thousands of players in the city were all dumbfounded. The previous scene was like the end of the world, with hundreds of giant frost dragons. The dragon city was attacked until a large area collapsed. Unexpectedly, Dragon Eagle and Suchen appeared one after another, and instantly slaughtered the frost dragon like a dog. Suchen in the sky, the attack speed was so fast that even the otaku was ashamed shameless. Too strong, too strong. Every time I see the King's Landing boss taking action, I feel irresistible. Such a kingly male god makes people feel weak. On the city wall, Zun Long looked at Suchen, who was jumping and slashing high in the sky with a shocked expression, and said in a voiceless voice, "He has become stronger again. Normal attacks can also kill the frost dragon." The half-awake fox smiled bitterly and shook his head. "I feel, the gap between us and him has become wider and wider." Yunfi Ian's beautiful eyes stared at Suchen's fighting figure without blinking, and her little hands were entangled in her heart unconsciously. That look was exactly the same as the thousands of Suchen's little fans in the city. "So, is this your method? Stinky brother, making my sister so worried. In the game, your sister can't cure you, but if she meets you in real life, she will make you look good." Thinking of repairing Suchen's interesting appearance in reality, Yunfi Ian's beautiful eyes instantly curved into a pair of beautiful crescent moons. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 217. Less than 20 minutes. Hundreds of giant frost dragons were killed by Suchen. A total of 1 billion experience points were obtained. And 50 frost hearts. A total of 500 frost heart fragments can be broken down into. There is no problem in building 5,000 god-killing towers. In addition, a frost dragon lair was also exploded. To build the god-killing tower, all you need now is colorful stones. Seeing that there are only a few minutes left before the offline time, Suchen handed frost heart fragment to Yingying. Then he returned to the inner city of Dragon City with a few hearts of divine power in breeding. Start fusion. Ding. It has been determined that the main fusion object is Frost Dragon Lair, and the auxiliary fusion objects are Dragon Eagle Lair 1, Thunder Dragon Lair 1, and Breeding Heart of Divine Power *5. The current minimum number of fusion points required, 1 billion points. Do you want to continue integrating? Suchen still has 7.63 billion fusion points, so he will directly deduct 2 billion fusion points to confirm the fusion. In the process of merging. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on obtaining the demigod level Golden Dragon Lair *1. Ding. It's time for the game to be offline. Suchen's consciousness returned to reality. Looking at the bright sunshine outside the window, his eyes couldn't help but be filled with surprise. It turned out to be the Golden Dragon's lair. This is the most powerful dragon species among the two-winged dragons. An adult level 100 Golden Dragon can even resist demigod level angels. As a mount for the 8 Desolation Dragon Knights, it couldn't be better. His mind gradually returned to reality from the game. Suchen finished breakfast under Ex Machina's attentive service. He put on ordinary casual clothes and went out alone. Today is the day to snatch the secret. Grab an artifact that can connect the game and reality. This artifact, it can help Suchen improve his game strength at a faster speed. In every life, Suchen will not miss it. Naturally, it will be the same in this life. He took a taxi all the way to Shenghua Plaza. There was already a sea of people here. They all came to watch the legendary queen of the music industry. Fans at Zhou Yeping's concert. Although everyone's physique has undergone amazing changes nowadays. But after all, the world order has not changed much. Although there are people fighting with others in the square from time to time based on their physical strength, under the police's control maintained, overall it was pretty orderly. The concert was held in the Shenghua Plaza Concert Hall with a capacity of 10,000 people. There were 2 lines at the door. One was the ordinary line, and the other was the VIP channel that paid 5,000 yuan. The number of people in the ordinary line was as many as there were thousands of people, but there were only a few people in the VIP channel. Suchen didn't need the money, so there were naturally fewer VIP channels lined up. Soon, it was Suchen's turn to pay the ticket and enter the concert hall. "Hello, please show your concert ticket." A beautiful woman in a black suit with a waistband and a charming professional smile said to Suchen. The latter took out the lucky guest invitation card from his arms and showed it to her. The beauty in the waistsuit lit up. Said with envy in his eyes. "It turns out to be a lucky guest invitation card, Mr. Su, please come in. There will be someone at the door to guide you to your seat in the front row." Suchen nodded and walked into the hall. Immediately, a young and beautiful reception lady led Suchen into the front row of the hall and took a seat. People around him cast envious glances. He was so lucky, he actually got the lucky guest invitation card. This is an invitation card to have the opportunity to sing on the same stage with Queen Joan, to be able to get up close to the goddess. Why isn't this lucky person me? Brother, I will give you 100,000 yuan for this card and give it to my girlfriend. I'll pay 200,000. I heard that this is the last performance of Goddess Joan. I must give her a hug. Hearing the bidding from the surrounding fans, the greeting lady leading the way walked much slower. A lucky card can be exchanged for 200,000. You must know that a low-level working class like her can only earn 5 yuan a year. 60,000. The handsome guy behind her could easily get 200,000, but she was so envious of her. She thought Suchen would choose to exchange money, but she didn't expect that this handsome guy didn't say a word when he got it all the way to the front row. The welcoming lady immediately realized that this handsome guy was obviously a man who was not short of money. Suddenly she looked at Suchen with a different look, and said sweetly, "Sir, please take a seat. Do you need any drinks? It's all free and I'll bring it to you right away." Suchen waved his hand, pointed to the rightmost corner of the front row, and asked, "Can I sit there?" "Sir, sitting in the middle is the place with the best view, and it is also the easiest place to be selected by the goddess Joan Yeping to perform on the same stage. However, if you insist on sitting there, that's okay." "Sir, please come with me." The welcoming lady who was leading the way twisted her waist even more sexily. Unfortunately, Suchen didn't pay attention to her at all. After sitting down, Suchen closed his eyes again and rested. He didn't pay attention to the disappointment on the welcoming lady's face. In his heart, thinking about what is about to happen next. About an hour later, when the concert reaches its climax, the Tianji will fall from the sky. The location is in the northeast corner of the front row of the concert hall. That is where Suchen is currently sitting. Originally sitting here, the person in the position was a little girl who was late. After obtaining this artifact, she handed it over to the country, causing quite a sensation. While Suchen was waiting secretly, there was a person in the VIP room at the backstage of the concert hall. A beautiful woman with a charming appearance and a sexy figure was sitting in front of the dressing table. 7 or 8 staff members were surrounding her. On the side, a sweet-looking girl said with shock on her face, "Sister Fiyin, it turns out you are really Queen Joan Yanping." The beautiful woman had a smile on her lips and said, "Now you believe it, your sister. When did I lie to you? Joan Yanping is just my name. Originally, the company gave me a month's holiday. But now that the online game God's Domain is so popular, I'm tired of being a queen. After this concert, I will announce my retirement from the music industry and devote myself to our Fire Phoenix Guild and my brother Junlin's Dragon City." The sweet-looking girl is the cute little white rabbit in the game. After being shocked, she said to Yunfei Yan with a worried look on her face, "Sister, I heard that entertainment companies have contracts with celebrities. If you do this, you will be fined a lot of money." Yunfei Yan smiled and said, "Silly girl, the hentai entertainment company I signed is owned by my family. Do you think my dad will punish me? The cute little white rabbit opened her mouth wide. Sister, you are so rich. Ah. Sister, I want to be with a rich woman. I want to eat your soft rice. Yoon Fei-yeon nodded angrily on the girl's forehead. How am I considered rich? My younger brother Junlin is rich. The real wealth can rival the country. It's just that he is too low-key, and I still don't know what he does in reality. The cute little white rabbit said with longing on his face. I guess big brother Junlin is either a second-generation rich man or a second-generation official, and he is the most powerful one. But the cute little white rabbit suddenly smiled slyly and said, if brother Junlin knew that you are Queen Zhong Yanping, my jaw would probably drop. Maybe he is still a fan of you, sister. Ha ha ha. Thinking of their happiness, the two women burst into laughter. Feeler reminds you, 3 things about reading: collect, recommend, and share. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 218. Soon, the concert is about to begin. The cute little white rabbit nervously and excitedly held Yoon Fei-yeon's arm and waited behind the stage. Yoon Fei-yeon is a peerless beauty. Now with makeup and exquisite costumes, she is even more beautiful. It's no wonder that at the age of 22, she became a music queen with tens of millions of fanatical fans. Sister, do you think brother Junlin will be there? The cute little white rabbit suddenly asked. Yoon Fei-yeon frowned. I guess, no. But if he is here, I will definitely be able to find him. Your sister and I can never recognize the wrong person with my eyes. Yoon Fei-yeon said confidently. Although the appearance of the game characters will be slightly changed, a person's demeanor and temperament will not change. Didn't you girl get recognized by me? When the cute little white rabbit heard this, she jumped up excitedly. Sister, if you recognize it, you must tell me. I really want to see what brother Junlin looks like in reality. Yoon Fei-yeon bent her beautiful big eyes and said, don't worry, if I recognize him, I will definitely come to see you. By grabbing his ears. This stinky brother is young and always likes to pretend to be old and calm. Your sister and I have long been itchy to watch. Soon, the concert officially begins. Zhong Mingping, also known as Yoon Fei-yeon, dressed in a snow-white dress, walked elegantly and held a microphone. While singing one of her classic songs, she slowly walked from the steps into the center of the stage. The huge concert hall suddenly erupted with cheers and screams. Wow! My belle goddess is out! Zhong Yeping, Zhong Yeping, Zhong Yeping. So beautiful! I'm dying! Ah! Goddess, I love you! If I could marry Goddess Zhong in this life, I would be willing to shorten my life by 30 years. Go to hell you! The belle goddess is mine. Suchen sat in the corner of the front row, frowning slightly as he listened to the excited and enthusiastic cheers around him. Reborn in the 9th life, he has long passed the age of chasing stars. Although he is only 20 years old, his mental age is no different from that of an old man in his 60s or 70s. The goal of this life is to sweep across the 6 realms and break the cycle of 9 lives. Simply close your eyes, fine-tune your hearing nerves, block out external noise, and rest your mind with your eyes closed. The ability to adjust the 5 senses is something that most people will be able to do when the end of online games is about to come to the earth. But now, only Suchen can do it. This is an ability that only appears after dark energy transforms the body and reaches a certain level of qualitative change. But in this way, Wan Qianfan's song seems a bit unique. Center stage. Yoon Fei-yeon, who was dressed in a snow-white dress, had a faint smile on her face, and while singing a gentle song, she patrolled the audience in the hall intentionally or unintentionally. Although she has no hope that Suchen will appear in her performance. However, I still have some expectations in my heart. Soon. A figure sitting in the northeast corner of the front row fell into her eyes. Yoon Fei-yeon's heart suddenly skipped a beat. Her beautiful eyes were fixed on that figure, and she could no longer move. A woman's sixth sense is inherently mysterious. Yoon Fei-yeon's eyes are poisonous, so his judgment on people is naturally even more powerful. It's him. It must be him. He really came to my concert. Yoon Fei-yeon's heart suddenly accelerated and her cheeks turned red. She even forgot to sing the lyrics in her mouth. This stinky brother is also very handsome in reality. Sure enough, just like in the game, he always looks so old and calm. Are you here to attend their concert, or are you here to sleep? Yoon Fei-yeon felt ashamed, happy, and angry. The staff in the audience frantically reminded her, "Miss, you are distracted." But Yoon Fei-yeon's mind right now is not at the concert at all. Thousands of fans in the hall, after being surprised, they were very enthusiastic and considerate, cheering and screaming even more enthusiastically for their goddess. This terrifying sound finally woke up Yoon Fei-yeon. The latter rolled his eyes gently in Suchen's direction. As soon as I thought about it, I had an interesting idea. I apologized to the audience. Sorry everyone, I suddenly don't want to sing this song. Ah, you don't want to sing anymore? All the staff in the audience were dumbfounded. I said, "Miss, even if Hantaying Entertainment Company is owned by your family, you can't be so willful, right? Don't sing if you don't want to. This is not what you usually do, miss. What a serious style." The audience in the audience was stunned and all fell silent. Yoon Fei-yeon smiled lightly and said, "I always sing alone on the stage. It's so boring. It's better to advance the lucky guest session and choose someone audiences, sing along with me." Hearing Yoon Fei-yeon's words, the fans in the audience suddenly burst into even more violent cheers and screams. Countless people jumped to their feet and stretched out their hands to scream. "Choose me, choose me. Goddess, I am your biggest fan. Oh my God. Singing on the same stage with the goddess. Goddess, I'm here. Please choose me. I'm the lucky guest. I have an invitation card. Goddess. Here, here. Look here." The staff in the audience and behind the scenes were also helpless. "Yes. The eldest lady said to advance, so let's advance." Yoon Fei-yeon looked at the lucky guests in the front row as if to pick someone, and finally, his eyes fell on Suchen was sitting in the corner with his eyes closed and concentrating. A smirk appeared on his lips involuntarily, and he said into the microphone, "Then, just choose this handsome guy who is the only one sitting in the seat." In an instant, everyone's eyes turned to the direction of Suchen. The envious one almost pushed Suchen into the ground and replaced him. Soon there was a host with 2 cameras. Came to Suchen. "Congratulations to this handsome guy for becoming the lucky guest to sing on the same stage with our goddess Jeong. Did you invite this handsome guy to the stage, little handsome guy? Did you hear that? Handsome guy. Elder brother. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion." Author, 7 years. Chapter 219. Even after calling several times, Suchen did not respond. He still looked calm with his eyes closed. The host cursed in his heart, with an awkward yet polite smile on his face. He said to the camera lens, "It seems that this handsome young man was tired and actually fell asleep during Goddess Jeong's concert." Hear what the host says. Thousands of spectators in the venue were stunned. Damn, you can actually fall asleep during the concert of Goddess Jeong and Queen Jeong? Such a loud sound can't wake you up. Even if we pray to God and worship Buddha, we can't be chosen to sing on the same stage as the goddess. How can you be chosen even when you're asleep? What kind of bullshit luck? How unfair. The host gently patted Suchen on the shoulder. The latter's shielded auditory nerve opens immediately. Opening his eyes, he glanced at the host coldly. The cold gaze at that moment shocked the host, who was accustomed to big storms, to the point where he could hardly even hold the microphone. What on earth does this guy do, so murderous? In order to preserve the atmosphere and effect of the concert, the host cheered up and said with a forced smile. This handsome guy, you have been selected by Goddess Zhong as a guest to sing on the same stage. Now I invite you to come on stage. On stage. Suchen frowned and glanced towards the stage. There, Yun Feiyan in a white dress was looking at him shyly. Although Yun Feiyan had previously thought about how to tease this guy after meeting Suchen. But now after meeting Suchen's eyes, all his thoughts flew to the sky. All he had in his heart was nervousness, and expectation. Will he agree to come up? Can he recognize me? Does he like me like this? At this moment, Yun Feiyan's mind was in chaos. Suchen glanced at Yun Feiyan on the stage, frowned and said to the host, I'm very busy, you can choose someone else host. Yun Feiyan. Audience. Although it is still nearly an hour before the secret arrives. But Suchen has no interest in being in the limelight in reality. As for what Zhong Yeping Queen of Heaven Goddess or something like that, she has nothing to do with him, she is not my wife, she doesn't know how to explode equipment, and she won't trigger hidden tasks, so she doesn't care what she does. At the moment, she closed her eyes again to rest. Suchen looked like this, and was caught by the camera. It was broadcast live on the super large display screens on both sides. Thousands of viewers watched in silence. Damn it! Is there such a person? You are very busy. Busy sleeping. Goddess. Super goddess. Cannot you see? A little bit? Are you gay? I wipe it? Good chance. I also have an invitation. If you don't go, I will. And I. The host was so choked that he didn't know what to say. He looked at Yun Feiyan on the stage as if asking for help. The latter was angry and annoyed, but this was a public place and he couldn't show it too obviously. He could only suppress it. Feeling annoyed in his heart, he said with a hint of pleading and a hint of coquettish smile. Just come up here. Just sing one song, you choose the song. As soon as Yun Feiyan said these words, the entire concert hall exploded. The whole audience was in an uproar. I go. Is this still my goddess? Oh my god. Goddess Zhong, who has always been straightforward and arrogant, actually showed such a smile to an ordinary male guest. The host and all the staff were also stunned. You know, the eldest lady of the Yun family has always been fickle in doing things and treats people with sincerity. I didn't expect to show such an attitude towards an ordinary person today, this is so rare. Suchen frowned and said, sorry, I'm tone deaf and can't sing. It doesn't matter, I'll teach you. Yun Feiyan said patiently. I'm stupid and can't teach you. Yun Feiyan took a deep breath. The eldest sister, who commands hundreds of thousands of gang members in the game, burst out with great momentum, glared at Suchen and shouted sweetly. Dirty brother! Come and die quickly. If you don't come up again, believe it or not, I will go right down and pluck your ears. This coquettish shout made everyone stunned. This is still the goddess who can only be seen from a distance. She is clearly a little spoiled wife venting her anger on her husband. For a moment, the host looked at the two people. Something was wrong with his eyes. At this moment, a sweet-looking girl suddenly ran over, blushing, and whispered in Suchen's ear. I am a cute little white rabbit. If you are the eldest brother of Junlin, please listen to the eldest sister and go up. I go. Been recognized? Suchen looked at the sweet girl in front of him. Except for the slight change in appearance, her expression and temperament were the same as the cute little white rabbit of the Fire Phoenix Guild in the game. Looking at Zhong Yanping on the stage, the way he is getting angry now is very similar to Yoon Fei-Ian in the game. Ahem. Suchen understood something instantly. He said to the host, if that's the case, then I'll go up there reluctantly. He knew Yoon Fei-Ian's temperament very well. If he didn't go up, this girl would really be able to pull his ears in public. After all, Yoon Fei-Ian is also one of his life and death allies. It's just a matter of singing a song on stage. It doesn't take much time. Just satisfy this girl's small request. Why didn't I realize before that this girl was a diva-level singer? Suchen was thinking to himself as he came on stage. Yoon Fei-Ian's face softened and he said angrily to Suchen, what song do you want to sing? Just, that song Nanping Evening Bell. Hearing Suchen's answer, Yoon Fei-Ian felt sweet in her heart. This stinky brother seems to be indifferent to others, but it turns out he has listened to my song secretly. You chose my famous song on purpose. From Nanping Evening Bell, what a bad brother who speaks too much about his integrity. Piano. Yoon Fei-Ian was about to wave to the royal pianist to signal the music to start. But Suchen walked over, waved the pianist away, and sat directly over. His slender fingers skillfully played on the top-grade luxury piano. A soothing piano sound sounded. Everyone in the audience immediately got goosebumps. It became quiet for a moment. Immediately afterwards, Suchen's deep and magnetic voice sang softly throughout the music hall. I hurriedly walked into the forest, which was full of clumps. I couldn't find her whereabouts, I only saw the tree swaying in the wind. Sing together. The host and many viewers in the audience felt as if 10,000 grass and mud horses were galloping past. Damn it! Is this the tone deaf you just said? Can't sing. This guy is clearly a folk singer. More people, however, immediately fell into Suchen's beautiful singing and could no longer pull themselves out. Feeler reminds you, 3 things about reading: collect, recommend, and share. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion author, 7 years. Chapter 220. In this chapter, it is recommended to open Nanping Evening Bell by the Great Demon King and Sushitting for consumption. The most shocking thing in the scene was Yoon Fei-Ian. As a recognized singing queen, her musical attainments are naturally not comparable to those of ordinary singers. Suchen's piano playing was only jerky for the first second. The further you go, the more proficient you become, and the more you play, the more touching it becomes, giving you a natural, masterful demeanor. Even she herself was ashamed of herself. Even Suchen's singing voice was like this. From being ordinary at the beginning to moving singing later on, the transformation was so rapid, it was like completing the transformation from a new college student to a national-level singer in 1 second. However, Yoon Fei-Ian didn't have time to guess why Suchen performed so amazingly. 8 beats later, it was her turn to sing. Yoon Fei-Ian's beautiful eyes looked at Suchen sitting in front of the white piano with confusion, and sang softly. I hurriedly walked into the forest, which was full of clumps. I can't find his whereabouts, I can only hear the Nanping bell. The singing is like a human being. At this moment, Yoon Fei-Ian was using her singing voice to express her affection to Suchen. Immediately afterwards, the song came to the harmonious part of the 2 people. The 2 voices, one high and one low, blended together perfectly. All the audience in the venue couldn't help but close their eyes and immerse themselves in the song. At this time, Yoon Fei-Ian also gave up all his thoughts and devoted himself wholeheartedly to the duet with Suchen. Nanping Evening Bell blows in the wind. It seems to be knocking and knocking in my heart. Yoon Fei-Ian pressed his tender fingers gently on his heart, looked at Suchen's handsome side face, and sang affectionately. Nanping Evening Bell blows in the wind. It seems to be urging me to wake up from my lovesickness dream. Scenes of the 2 getting to know each other in the game replayed in their minds. Yoon Fei-Ian moved lightly towards Suchen, while continuing to sing. He woke me up from my lovesickness dream. What's the use of lovesickness? Suchen played the piano and caught Yoon Fei-yeon looking into his affectionate eyes from the corner of his eye, sighing secretly in his heart. The low and magnetic voice sounded again, singing duet with Yoon Fei-yeon. I walked out of the forest and saw the red sunset again. Just when the singing gradually faded, Yoon Fei-yeon suddenly raised the tune. Just like her passionate heart. Nanping evening bell. Blown by the wind. It seems to be knocking and knocking in my heart. Suchen agreed with him. The tune continues to rise. Nanping evening bell. Blown by the wind. It seems to be urging me to wake up from my lovesickness dream. When the two of them sang the last word, the whole song continued to climb to the extreme. Yoon Fei-yeon's fierce momentum changed. From the gentle lovesick girl before, she turned into a heroine commanding an army in an instant. With a wave of her hand, throwing off the white cloak on her shoulders. The long skirt wrapped around her graceful body, and she was both charming and heroic. Yoon Fei-yeon raised her hands high, as if she was commanding the Dragon City fleet for Suchen in the Dragon City War, crushing hundreds of guild warships. The general. Her voice also became fierce, perfectly showing her explosive power as a singing queen, and she sang loudly. Nanping evening bell. Blown by the wind. It seems to be knocking and knocking in my heart. Suchen also took out the microphone and stepped forward. Stepping on the white luxury piano, I started a passionate rap. I hurriedly walked into the forest, which was full of clumps. I couldn't find her whereabouts, I only saw the tree swaying in the wind. Suchen's rap perfectly harmonizes with Yoon Yan's high notes. The entire concert was directly brought to its climax. All spectators, including staff and behind-the-scenes assistants. Everyone couldn't help but stand up and give the two people the most hysterical screams and applause. The cute little white rabbit stood in the corner, holding her little hands tightly on her chest, her pretty face flushed, her big eyes looking at the two people singing passionately on the stage. She couldn't help herself. The two singing voices rose again. Nanping evening bell. Blown by the wind. It seems to be urging me to wake up from my lovesickness dream, ugh. Yoon Fei-yeon and Da Biao have a beautiful voice. Change your breath every 8 beats. Suchen also sang high notes, and it took him 16 beats to take a breath. Ah, 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 ah. The high-pitched resonance of the two directly raised the climax of the entire concert to its peak. The audience's scalp was numb when they heard it. Even the scream before could no longer be uttered. All he could hear in his ears was the resonance and harmony of Suchen and Yoon Fei-yeon. All he could see was the two people on the stage who matched each other like a golden boy and a beautiful girl. And with 4 consecutive 8 beats, the two people's high notes suddenly stopped. The music hall fell silent instantly. Thousands of spectators who were intoxicated by the perfect high notes woke up in shock. Thunderous cheers and screams followed. On the stage, Yoon Fei-yeon turned and looked at Suchen. Beautiful eyes, flowing waves, full of affection. Make a vow in your heart. If you are a king, I would like to be a minister. If you are my husband, I would like to be my concubine. Suchen jumped off the piano platform and continued to play softly. The soft music of the piano calmed the intense love between the two of them. Yoon Fei-yeon's tenderness surged out like a tide, and she once again transformed into a young wife who fell in love. Looking at Suchen, smiling slightly, he sang the last 2 lines of the song. It awakened my lovesickness dream. What's the use of lovesickness? I walked out of the forest and saw the sunset, the sun red. At this time, Suchen's last piano sound also fell. He raised his head, met Yoon Fei-yeon's affectionate eyes, and smiled. Thousands of words can be said without words. The two of them fell in love with each other in this simple look. Amidst the cheers and screams of thousands of spectators, Suchen stood up, stretched out his hand to Yoon Fei-yeon, and said with a smile. Let's get to know each other again, my name is Suchen. Yun. Fei rolled her eyes at him, stretched out her bare hands, and leaned against Suchen's warm hands. A blush appeared on her face, and she snorted angrily. Sister, I won't change my name in business or my surname in office. Zhou Yanping is just my stage name. In reality and in games, my sisters' names are Yun, Fei, and Yan. Suchen laughed. I have admired you for a long time. Fila reminds you, 3 things about reading: collect, recommend, and share.